StreamYard? Podcast. Am I even live, man? What is going on here? Man, what's going on, bro? Can you hear me? I'm trying something different. I think I should have stayed with a StreamYard. On the road listening. You be careful. Hope you can hear me. Kiss. Can you hear me? Let me know, please. I'm trying to EV muck for the first time. I don't know. It just had me waiting for a minute. Good morning from the Philippines. Good morning. Hope you have a blessed Mother's Day. I hope you did. Kay Renee, how you doing? Hope you had a good Mother's Day. Hope y'all can hear me. Can't really tell. Old story, how a Savior came from glory. The chicken, what's going on, man? The everyday life of an OCD is chick. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can't hear me? Okay. I don't know. It's the first time I'm trying this. I don't know if I like it or not. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Miss Davis, how y'all doing? Hope y'all had a good Mother's Day. Yeah, I hope y'all had a good Mother's Day. Y'all did. 6 a.m. Tuesday now. Drinking coffee before I get things for today. Okay. Y'all already having coffee. Here it's 5:01 p.m. Monday still. I mean, you from the future. You might have to get you to mail me some lottery tickets. I mean, some lottery numbers or something. That's awesome. Up early in this a.m. with these roosters. Okay. Up with the roosters. I know that's right. I get up before the rooster crows. Boy, my day starts early. Yeah, I hope y'all had a good Mother's Day weekend. I hope y'all ate some good food. We cooked on the grill yesterday. Some yard walker, some chops, burgers, peppers with devil balls and sausage. No, I don't eat that stuff. What else we have? Is that it? Yeah, that's it. My wife and my daughters was out here. We had a pretty good day. Pretty good day. Pretty good day. Can't complain. 6:03 p.m. here in Maryland. 5:03 here in Tennessee. Yeah, devil balls. Ugh. Yeah, this is the kickoff. I supposed to started this show back a couple weeks ago, but life happened. This show usually gonna be for summer until fall, and then it be gone. And what we do on here on this show, we just talk about the beginning of the week, the things we got going on in the garden. I think this week the topic should be: Are you the caregiver to your garden like you're supposed to be? My dogs, they always on the most. I ain't been home too long, so they want to play. They want to play. Yeah, them onions, that's some devil balls. Life be life, and yeah, it does. It does. It does. My hours is somewhat picked up, so I went to every 2 weeks on get it off your chest. Absolutely, you stay in the garden. I know that's right. I know that's right. You stay in that garden. You know, it teaches us in the Bible that we was created to be caregivers to the garden. You do well for the most part. I ain't gonna lie, I get lazy. We all do. Life be happening to us, boy. Life be happening to us. But when you're a caregiver, you gotta do stuff like, protect your garden from anything. Squirrels, possum, rabbits, all kind of stuff to be trying to take your food and destroy your garden. I know a lot of people got problems with armadillos. We got problems with armadillos now, and that's crazy, man. The way the world has changed. Because back when I was growing up until about the last, I say, 5 years ago, we had no signs of armadillos around here. A lot of stuff that's moving in now that wasn't around then. I get lazy in this hot summer months. I swear, yeah, it do get hot. To feel like the garden is okay and it doesn't need me, maybe go out a day or two without checking on it. Oh yeah, but when you got stuff that's finna be ready to be harvested, you gotta go out all the time. Cause recording stop for free playing. You gotta go out all the time to keep checking on stuff. Cause man, like right now for us it's strawberries. And being the caregiver, you gotta put out stuff like netting. I can't stand that bird netting. I ain't no lie to tell you. I can't stand it. That stuff gets tangled up in everything. But man, I'd rather have a bird netting than not to get my crop, my strawberries, because there was a lot of times when we didn't use that bird netting, we hardly got any. The birds and squirrels and everything were just always in it. Always in it. And I know a lot of people have problems with slugs and snails, which we still have some problems, but nowhere near as much we was having. We was using just straw, and all this rain we've been getting. Golly, sometimes as children, our parents trust us enough to leave us home alone, and we survive. Yes, sir. When we was kids, as long as we was home by the time them street lights came on, we was straight. We could do whatever we want to. It don't matter where you go, somebody was always looking out for you. And if you did something wrong, best believe you was finna go home and tell on you. They might whoop you right then and then take you home and tell on you and get another whooping. Yeah, you gotta respect that, son. You gotta know your limitations. But yeah, as caregivers of the garden, I mean, we also got to work on building our soil up, just like nature does. A lot of people depend on all of these synthetic fertilizers, in which when you see other people doing it, you be like, man, maybe that's why my stuff ain't doing as good because I ain't using all this stuff. So you go out here and spend all this money on all this organic fertilizer, and you might not even need it. If we would do simple things, the bud fowl, thanks for coming. If we do simple things like in the fall, most of the time when stuff get fertilized by Mother Nature, it's in the fall. That's with your leaves, with your fall leaves. Fall leaves have more. It has more good. I want to get this right, well worded right. It got more nutrients and stuff in it than any manure. That's fall leaves. So I'm a firm believer on building your ground with fall leaves, spent straw. Only thing with straw is you'll get that grass that comes up every once in a while. So I much rather use my fall leaves, straight up fall leaves, than I do grass and hay. Make this go viral, LLC. How you doing today? I hope you had a good Mother's Day. Yeah, you over the slugs? Yeah, that's another thing with your strawberries. You know, you get a bunch of dead leaves, and people use that spent straw. And what are slugs, roly polies, snails, and all that stuff for? What do they do? What do they do? What are their jobs? They're natural composters. So they're there to get them dead leaves and all of that stuff. But they will take the munches out of your sweet berries if they see one that's ripe. They smell it. Oh, they own it. And if you leave one on there that gets overripe, that draws them in too. So I'm learning before they even start flowering, I go in there and I put my compost down, then I put my wood chips on top of that, a good thick layer of wood chips. So when the berries come out, they ain't laying on the soil, so they won't get that rot. They ain't getting all that rain soaked up through them, and slugs don't. slugs and stuff really don't bother them too much unless you get one that get overripe. You get one to get overripe, it draws them into them more because they natural composter. They smell it, so they coming after it. Yeah, just stuff. We could just stuff like that. We just got to be aware of slugs, bugs. J3 driving, stay safe. Yes, sir. It's like your blackberries. You know, after strawberries are usually blackberries. Well, and Nat King cherries. We started finally getting some Nat King cherries this year, and they're pretty good. Kind of tart, but they good. They good to make some pies out of if I ever get enough of them. Maybe in the next few years. But yeah, I gotta net them too. Only berries that I pretty much grow that I don't really have to net is them gooseberries, and because they got them thorns on. Gooseberry got thorns on them, and they would tear you up. So don't too much stuff mess with them, and they freaking delicious. And blackberries, oh yeah, they try to go after them, so I gotta net them. If not, we won't get none. Stuff like that. Just being a caregiver of your garden, tending the stuff how you want it, putting stuff. If something don't work there, don't be afraid to wait till that fall and dig it up and move it somewhere else. I do. I do it all the time. Have I killed a lot of stuff? Yes, sir. I have. I killed my first share of stuff. Calm down. Calm down. I killed my first share of stuff. Still do. It's like I just ain't got no good luck with Fuji persimmons, man. This is the second one I done had in 5 years, and all of them grafted, and for some reason the graft is dying back over the winter. Like the one I just had, I had it for 2 years. This would have been the third season in the ground, and it didn't even come back. The whole top part of the graft died, so I mean, it's just regular persimmon at the bottom. So I'm gonna have to either graft some more, graft another one, or I don't know. On the first one I got the same thing. Same thing happened. It made it just one season, not two. They made it 2 seasons. Yeah, it makes it long enough so you can't get your money back. Cause I think I got them from the big box store, the orange one. Both of them, yeah, got both of them from the big box store, the orange one. And one of them made it into their third season. And just like all of these rain and this flood, boy, it's washed a lot. I put in a lot of work putting mulch and gravel and all that in for the last couple of years, and I'm telling you, boy, this I just did all the way with it from this storms and stuff we had. I mean, we're in not as bad shape as most, but there's a few lost their life, but still, it's time consuming to get starting doing all that back again, boy. I've been working around here every day after work for a minute. I appreciate it. Yeah, just to be the caregiver of your garden, it takes some work. I know a lot of people think gardening is easy. It's really not. It's really not. It takes patience and it takes some hard work, but like I guess that's why most people rather just go to the grocery store. Yeah, there's always work to be done. I guess that's why most people like just go to the grocery store instead of getting out there in the sun or whatever. But you ain't getting much nutrition out of that stuff you get from the stores. You do is when you grow your own. Pretty much. Yeah, it's not as good, man. Nothing from the store tastes as good as you can grow on your own or raise on your own. Even animals. That's why most people when if you can go they go straight to a butcher, get fresh meat that hasn't been add all them chemicals and all that stuff to it, processed. And the meat is so different. It's different. Most people can't even eat it. Back in the day, we used to be able to drink unpasteurized milk. You can't drink that no more. It'll tear your stomach all to pieces. Yeah. You'll stay in shape, well, for the most part, then you get fat in the winter. You stay in shape most of the time in the garden in the summertime. You always sweat. Yeah, if it's your passion, it don't feel like work. It don't. That thing you have to get up and go to every day to pay the bills, dude. That's work, but it pays the bills. Yeah, you get them squats in. I know we was out there. I was adding some more wood chips around my strawberries because all this rain washed all of it away. That took about another about 2.5 hours, just constantly squatting, raising berries up, putting mulch on it. Oh man, it's some work. It's some work. Yeah, picking weeds. You know, I got Bermuda grass like crazy. So I mean, it's constantly picking Bermuda grass. And it don't matter what you use with Bermuda grass. You can have. I think most of the areas that I started like 8 inches of wood chips because I mean I got like 3 loads of wood chips that year from just tree companies around here. And I put them down pretty heavy. And that was probably at the beginning of the season. By the end of the season, it wasn't much wood chips left. That's another thing. If your ground is lacking a lot of nutrients, the faster it breaks down in wood chip. David Corey with the crops. What's going on, man? CC Texas Garden. How you doing today? Hope y'all had a good Mother's Day. Gardeners and farmers and country growers like myself. Yeah, gardeners some work. That's what we're here for. So blessed. What's going on? How y'all week going? Hope y'all had a good Mother's Day. Uh, we talking about are you the caregiver of your garden like you're supposed to be? Let me see. I'll put that link in there if anybody want to come up say anything about why they think they're the caregiver of their garden. Black guns and garden. What's going on, bro? You know you the caregiver of your garden. I see your garden. Your garden is freaking amazing. So blessed. Auntie Mama's Kitchen. How you doing today? Hope you had a good Mother's Day. Hope y'all had a good Mother's Day. Let's go EV Muck. I don't know if I like it or not. It don't seem no more clear to me than it does on StreamYard. Maybe it's just this laptop of mine. Well, I know since all this rainwater too, I got trees that I can't get back straight for nothing. I don't want to dig down too deep and disturb their roots. I mean, they just like put a stake on one side, trying to keep it back straight. Go out there a couple days later, especially all this rain we getting. It's still getting rain. It was raining on my way home, and it's raining to get. Supposed to rain some more tonight, and it's supposed to like 6% more chance for tomorrow. Doug, how you doing today? I appreciate it. We had bad storms over there today too. Oh, pray for y'all. I know last Wednesday it was bad here, boy. I was watching Wind Down Wednesday on my phone. She had the news on her phone. We was all in the bathroom because we had a tornado. It wasn't even like a mile from us. You can hear it. It was terrible. As far as the flood, my whole yard is flooded. The way my yard, and we get so much water that comes from the back, up there in the back field. I don't know, I think it's a pond up there because it's cows. We get so much water that rushes, and I'm constantly having to jack up my outbuilding and readjust it up higher because it keeps sinking down from all that water, man. It's terrible. It washes out my driveway. Today was sunny and beautiful there. Cooking, cleaning, and making the family smile. That's what life's about. Making them family smile, not cooking and cleaning. Yeah. Yeah, we got a pretty good day. I grilled. Wife then made some sides, baked beans, tater salad, corn on the cob. I grilled chicken and hamburgers, pork chops, and hot dogs. She had them old devil balls with green onions and smoked sausage. You got a green stalk in the mother. Oh, that's awesome. More rain tomorrow. Yep, we got 60% chance of rain here tomorrow too. Yeah, it washed. The marigolds I planted, I think the weekend before we got all that rain and some, I think like 8 tomato plants. It washed them completely up out of the soil. I found some back there by the grapevine. And all the mulch and stuff it washed from beside the blueberries, washed most of that all the way back there by the back fence, by the blackberries. That's life, boy. Stuff happening in your garden. You just gotta be the caregivers and fix it. Fix it. You got a problem, you just gotta solve it. You know, when I first started gardening here, dude, I'm telling you, I've said it plenty of times before, I had terrible luck. Terrible luck. Because, you know, we got mostly red clay here. You know, most people say, well, you can grow in red clay. Yeah, you can. But red clay, the problem is red clay compacts so much that it's hard for your roots to get bigger and get established in that hard clay soil. Once it rains on it a couple times, no matter how many times you till it up. If you ain't constantly adding more and more peat moss or some soil conditioner or something in it to keep it loose and fluffy, that soil just gonna keep compacting every time it rains on it. And your roots don't get big enough to get a good crop off of nothing. First 2 or 3 years I was here, it was terrible. And I started going to more raised beds, doing raised beds. From that, I started just using wood chips. Wood chips have helped my soil so much. It's unreal. Some things I used to suffer growing. I mean, they just couldn't hardly get no crop off of them, especially tomatoes, man. Tomatoes are the world worst. We'd be lucky to get about 4 or 5 tomatoes a year out of about 9 plants. There's got to be leaves and soil to break down clay. And that's true. And fall leaves work wonders. And I know most people, they still do tilling and stuff like that. I don't. I don't really see the purpose in it. If I know a garden spot that I want to start in for that next year, if I want to start a new area, I'm gonna start off by adding my boxes to get them lined, and make sure you double boxes over top of each other or triple over top of each other. Especially if you got Bermuda grass. Bermuda grass is terrible. And then I start piling my leaves up there. Much leaves, I grind them up. Well, the first layer I leave whole. On top of the boxes, I wet all it down. I leave the first layer of leaves just soaking wet whole. Then I shred up like 3 or 4 layers, and I start adding it on there. Then I add me some manure, something like that on top of that, and I cover it. I let that set all fall. And then when spring comes, beginning of spring, I start adding some soil on top of it and compost. Just put down enough cardboard. David, I taught you well. You taught David well? I think David is older than you, CC. Uncle Daddy used the tiller also. Yeah. Well, I remember them back breaking days out there trying to use them tillers. I guess you can say you taught me a lot. I remember them back breaking days out there using that tiller. I don't like that. Good God. And then it seems like I just got to keep doing it all the time. You've been gardening longer. But I know I appreciate your suggestions. Yeah. He's old school, yeah. That's what we used to do when I was growing up, boy. We used to till. That's how it was. You know, back then too, you raised enough, especially corn and stuff like that, especially if you had a farm. Most people had farms back then. You raised enough corn and wheat and stuff like that to feed your family and all the animals. We had a big hog farm. And most of them was plowed up with mules. And they used to pull that mule. It wasn't even tractors. Well, there's some old tractors, but they used to use mules most of the time, some old mules. That's some backbreaking work, boy. And tobacco. If anybody worked in tobacco fields and stuff, boy, you know how much work that is. Back then, that was when you was a kid, boy. You go work in the tobacco field. That's where you made your money for the summer. And we got out of so much out of traditional ways. It's unreal. I mean, some things for the good, but as far as our food, growing our own food and stuff like that, I think we got out of that because we can get it from the grocery store, and it's a lot easier. We don't have to be out there in that sun and picking and stuff like that. But we sacrifice nutrition for convenience. That's what I feel. And we sacrifice our health, I think, most of the time for convenience because most of the stuff is not healthy for. Grow ground cherries. You know, I still hadn't tasted a ground cherry. You never even heard of a tobacco field? What? Oh yeah, you is a lot younger than I am. You never heard of a tobacco field? Hmm. It was plentiful down here when I was kids. You don't see too many as much no more. Every once in a while, you'll see a couple trailer loads pull them in the summertime. Most of the time, you don't see tobacco too much now. Americans used to grow tobacco. Tobacco used to be plentiful here. You gonna Google tobacco field? Well, I used to just. My first job I had was working at a store in the morning before I went to school, sweeping the parking lot and taking out trash and stuff like that. And then I started working in tobacco field, stripping tobacco after it's already been cut, quit, stripping the leaves and stuff off of it. And then I graduated to spiking. Where you go out and you spike it, and they cut it. Spike it, they cut it. And them spikes were sharp, boy. They go through your legs. It was American crop. Yeah, I think them sometimes in South Carolina. That was plentiful around here, boy. Up until I say about the last 10 years. You don't see as many as you did until 10 years ago. Yeah, they did. You would be gummed up at the end of the day. You have gummy stuff all over you in the pack house. Yeah. Yeah. I did a lot of jobs with tobacco, just about every one of them. That's what you did back here. And then when we got I think you had to be what, 12, either 12, 11 or 12, somewhere off in there. And then they had this summer program. They don't have it anymore. But they had this summer program for kids. And you could sign up and you would go work places like the school, cleaning up the schools during the summer break, or library. I always worked at the fire department. I worked at the fire department for 3 years. 3 years. I fell through the roof at the fire department too. Yeah, that was a cool little gig, boy. You get about even back in, this was in the '80s, late '80s. And I was still every 2 weeks bring home about 400 for a kid. That's a lot of money, especially back then. Homestead of Rachel, what's it? RJ, used to be in Charlotte. Okay. Yeah, they replaced a lot of those jobs with machines. Yeah. I mean, that's a good little job for kids, though. I mean, it teaches responsibility. It does. Even hauling hay. We used to do that a lot too. Haul hay. I was about 10. Are you crazy? It was about, so I was about, yeah. So I started working on the summer program when I was either 12, 11 or 12. Yeah, I was about 10. It was about 86, 87, 85. I was 10. I used to work at the store then. I used to get up before school, go sweep the parking lot at the store and take out trash. Then I went home and I got ready to go to school. We all had hustles back then, boy. I used to sell candy at school. I used to use the money that I made at the store in the morning time to buy candy to take to school to sell at school. I was selling candy with the money I made from the morning time, sleeping in the morning, double my money. They got where they started searching everybody for candy, boy. Like candy was the drugs. We signed there pushing M&Ms and Skittles and what all we had? We had a lot of stuff. M&Ms, Skittles, Twix, all kind of candy. You had to sneak around the corner behind the bleachers to even sell the candy. They started watching it so much. It was getting our hustle on, boy. Everybody was pushing candy down there. The penny candy was easy to sell. Yeah, it was. The retired gardener. Yeah, but we started talking about. We'll start talking about it. Are you the caregiver of your garden? Caregiver is also the protector. You got to protect your garden from a lot of stuff. I know most people say plant a lot for you and the animals. No, sir. Caregiver is that's not what it means. If you got enough, then you can able to provide with the animals, Mother Nature, yeah, fine. But if not, hey, take your groceries. I'm gonna have to give your Olympian and Bordeaux fig. I have both of them. I don't know which Bordeaux. There's a lot of Bordeaux. I got the violet and the Ronda Bordeaux. It's the roots. I don't know. They were doing good there for a minute. Then all of a sudden, all the leaves died off of them. Yeah, it has some good roots on them. The violet. It's something else. You got to know when you the caregiver, you got to know when to cut something off and when to cut something out and let something go. Like right now, my figs, they all die back to the ground. So when they start coming up, they start coming up in start shooting up a bunch of offshoots. It ain't good to keep more than four. Sometimes I keep five. Most time I keep four, and I try to take all them little ones out of the center and stuff like that. And most time them is pretty easy to root. The green before they turn brown. Most time they're pretty easy to root. For me, I always just stick them in one of my containers and some of my other trees, and I water when I water them. Most time they take off pretty fast. I found them more easier to root than just the cuttings over winter, because I mean you still got the humidity from the summer out there. Yeah, now everything gonna make it. Even stuff that they tell you mint fields on. If it's grafted, that's one thing I've learned about that roses, roses and that Fuji persimmon. Most time, if I buy another Fuji persimmon, it's gonna have to be from an air layer tree. No more grafted, because that's two of them I had grafted, and both of them died over the winter. And roses the same way. We we bought, I don't know, She had like 15, 16 different varieties of roses, and a lot of them died back. When they died back, they all come up to the same color, red rose. Only one so far I think that's done came back true to type was that Love and Peace rose. LP in the garden, listen, ain't no better place. Oh, I'm doing pretty good. What's going on, fam? Going with the hustle. Oh, the topic is are you the caregiver of your garden like you supposed to be, like it was meant to be? Yeah, and it's gonna be so hard to pick. It's so hard to cut something off of your trees when they looking good. It's just like this time of the year, most of your fruit trees is done leafed out real good, putting on so much new growth. Right now, and I start going looking at my tree and all the growth I see that's growing inward. I go ahead and pop them off. While it's easy for me to pop it off with my hands instead of waiting till fall, and then you got a big thick branch to pop off, and it done took all year and sucked up a bunch of energy to grow. Yeah, my Fuyu persimmon just passed away, just gone with the wind. I think my blue Dobson plum is too. It hadn't leafed out of nothing. It's nothing. I got that tree last year, and it's a grafted tree. You got only got one pluot this year. I ain't even tasted one. It's like my Arkansas black apple was holding on to nine apples. They already done set, start forming little apples and everything. My Granny Smith apple, it was holding on to 20. 20 of them. 20 of them already set and looking pretty. Just growing. Then got all this damage and stuff come through. Now, I don't have not one on that Granny Smith or that Arkansas Black. I have two left on the Golden Delicious. That's it. What's going on, bro? Growing what I eat. G Mama Grove. It's a better tasting plum. You know, I got that 5-in-1 plum. It's got a Santa Rosa on it, a Metley plum, a gold plum, and I forgot the other two varieties. And then I bought that golden plum tree this year. And all them storms about took it out. It was leaning over, boy. It was about on the ground. And I can't get it back. I can't get it back straightened up right. You know, I don't want to dig down too much because it got established a little bit because it's been in the ground. Oh, I appreciate it, the retired gardener. Check it out. Wait, man, it's laughing out here. Well, yeah, I appreciate it. But yeah, I can't get it back right. It won't get back straight, and I don't want to dig down too much and bust up some of the roots. So I mean, trying to. I guess I have to put a stake on both sides right now until we get back established. But yeah, it's messed up. Even the Odom's apple, my little Odom's apple, is going on its third year in the ground. It's leaning. It's leaning like crazy. I keep mounting soil back up on it, trying to keep it back, get it back right. But man, my Granny Smith apple tree, it's been in that ground now. It's going on what this third year? Yeah, third year. It's got a pretty good trunk on it, and it's leaning now. It just all the water, man. It was just rushing from upward all the way down this way. So I mean, it does that whenever it rains hard and stuff like that. It does. So it's a lot of times that I'm replacing driveways, mulch, jacking up the building back up, the outbuilding back up. It's crazy. Liz B Journey, thanks for coming. I'm on this EV Monk. I ain't got no what's the name on here. Retired Golden, but I appreciate it. My persimmon has fruit on them the year. Hopefully they stay. Your food you persimmon? I was gonna get that one, see how it tastes, because everybody swear about that how good they are. I want to see how it tastes for myself, and I was gonna try that other one. What's that other one? Churro? No, I can't remember. Garden is great. How you doing today? Sugar cane? You growing sugar cane? I need to be growing some sugar cane, making my own sugar. A whole lot better than this stuff right here. It's hard to find sugar cane. I mean, you'll order it. And, for me, I most like to support my local as much as I can. Oh, the food you ain't get my shit. Okay. Like I ain't had no luck with them food so far. Some things that grow easy, we know. I don't know about. And both of them, like I said, I got it from the Orange Big Box store. Only one made it, but it's purple. My white currants this season. Them birds swoop them all away last. Yeah, you got to. You got to be the caregiver of your garden. If you don't, these animals gonna rob you, boy. They'll rob you blind. You gotta protect your groceries all the time. My over by my oregano or something like that. I was actually trying to make a video. I was over by the grapevine. I heard the office noise. I was like, man, what is that? When when it started heading around there by the apple, because the dogs was over there, and that's where the noise was coming from. Before I even made it over, he done brought me half. He done brought me a rabbit. He killed the rabbit. He found the whole nest of them over there. You got to cover your blackberries. Yeah, you got to cover them crows and them squirrel or whatever you want. Them blackbirds or crows, whatever you want to call them. They tear your blackberries up. They'll tear your blackberries up. And I think them the ones that the culprits mostly on your strawberries too. I'll tell you what, since he took out that rabbit, and really ain't had no damage over on this over the ones I even leave open. I ain't really had that much damage. Seen some few that birds pecked on them, but as far as rabbit or anything, no. Which I don't see too many squirrels around here no more anyway. If I do, it's over in the neighbor's yard, stuff like that. Oh, he was just doing his job, protecting his garden like he was supposed to do. He was a good baby. My wife went off on him though, because he was trying to get another one. He was trying to get another one because they got some nest or something over there beside the oregano's or lemon balm or something. It's a nest over there of rabbits. And we was over there doing something, pulling strawberries or something. We got strawberries planted everywhere. And she heard one holler. She's like, "What is that?" I was like, "It's a nest over at rabbits now. I believe. It's where he got that other one from." Yeah, bro. What I eat, I appreciate it, bro. I'm on this trying out this EV Muck. I don't have my songs and stuff on here, but I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming. How you doing today? Hope you had a good Mother's Day. I appreciate it. Yes. Yeah, but we just gotta be the caregivers of our garden. Stuff stuff happen, and we just gotta adapt and overcome. This is from the animals, we just gotta protect our groceries as much as possible. We have to start getting back to where we can start preserving canning as much as possible as we can. And like it's my thing for this year is grow more in 24. So I'm trying to grow as more than what I grew last year. Last year I had I think 11 tomato plants. This year we got 20 or 21, somewhere off in there. Last year I only had 5 ears of corn. This year I want to try to get 30 or 40. Yeah, just try to increase. Last year at this time we only had I think 4 or 5 pounds of strawberries like right by this time. Now this year we already working on 14. I think it's 14 pounds of strawberries. Last year we didn't get many black blueberries at all because of I moved them the year before, so it took a while for them to get back established and roots growing good. And this year they are. I took care of them, put some leaf compost down, and some shredded leaves down in the fall. I threw down some aluminum sulfite. I put a little handful around it because when I put down that compost, I don't want it to bring my acidity level up so much. So I'll put that down to keep just a little insurance. Then I recover them again with that pine bark mulch. How your citrus doing? I'm sure your banana trees love the rain. I swear they do. They do. They show them back up. But my Mekong King did not make it. My Orinoco did not make it. So now I'm just down to 4 varieties. I got that Musu acuminatus. I love that one. Just because it's an ancient banana. That's where mostly cultivated bananas come from. Was when the domesticated bananas came was cultivated off of that, the Musu acuminatus. It's got that red leaf pattern at the top, but it's just different. It's different than the Cavendish and all the rest of them. Well, I got that one. I got the Dwarf Cavendish. I got the Musu Baju, which is Japanese fire banana. And then I got them Carolina Kings. Yeah, it's berry season. My blackberries will be ready next, and then I'm thinking the blueberries. Some of the blueberries might be ready before the blackberries. The Nat King cherries, they start producing pretty good, but I mean they don't all come at once. I might fix 5 today. I might fix 8 tomorrow. So I've done everything I could to protect plants, garlic, onions, marigolds, using garden netting and organic dusting powders and surround XP and clay. Yeah, I'm monitoring constantly. You got to. And I got some that surround XP and clay. I done had for a couple years, but I hadn't had good fruit set on my. I just want to use it mainly on like my peach trees and my pear trees. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I try to say your name. I can't really say it. I don't even want to mess it up. I apologize, but that's my friend from a long time. She's she helped me a lot, man. She taught me a lot. She helped me run my playlist when I needed it. Like we can't none of us do this on by ourselves, man. It don't it don't matter who you are. Can't nobody do this by yourself. If you ain't got the help of a strong community like we got, you ain't gonna make it. You just ain't. You gonna get frustrated. You gonna get down on yourself, and you just ain't gonna make it. You not. But when you got great people that back you, always show up and give you words of encouragement instead of some of all this negativity crap that you see on here most of the time. I know we all experience some of this negativity stuff on here. Sweet Ree, how you doing today? I know we all experience some negativity stuff on here, especially when you go through them vertical lives. You see all these people on there commenting bull crap and all that. I mean, that ain't what you're here for. If that's all your purpose is to be negative towards people, then I don't know what your purpose in life is. If you can't try to help somebody and build somebody up, then what are we doing? Really? People beat themselves up enough. instead of having other people trying to beat you up. What's going on, fam? Kicking with the Rooks, the Tennessean. And you know what? When I first started doing, which I started because of a Lead Farmer, that challenge he gave, but when I first started doing this, I was a gardener, and I didn't really see too many people in Tennessee that garden. And then I met people like Angela Busy Bees, Tennessean, Going with Hudson, Tennessean. Well, she don't really garden, but kicking with the roots. Mary Grow with Me, uh, the what was the Wicker something project, another Tennessean. I was like, man, I didn't think there was nobody like this in Tennessee than me. I started seeing a lot of people from Tennessee popping up on my timeline when I started putting out videos. Yeah, we're talking about are you the caregiver of your garden? And gardening can contend to a lot of stuff. It's even life. Slow down, Odom, Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee in the house. You always say Tennessee in the house. Watch your mouth. So they put down beginning garden and they click on. Nah, but it isn't that light. Yeah, I don't know why you would put down anybody that's trying. Hardy Miles, what's going on? I don't know why you would put down anybody that's trying. I mean, life is hard enough on everybody. Life beats everybody up. I don't either physically or emotionally. Everybody is beat down from the life we live. So I don't get it why you would be just negative to somebody when you see, especially when you see they having a hard time going through life. When you see they having a hard time, you're just gonna add more fuel to the fire. That's crazy. I don't understand that. Or for somebody you love. Happy Tuesday to you too. I hope you had a good Mother's Day. Or for somebody you love and somebody just started talking crazy like at the gym. Come on, man. We gotta do better. Eric, thanks for coming. Yeah, just as a society, we gotta do better. You know, I tell myself that all the time because I mean I can be a hard man to live with sometimes. Man. Everybody goes through it from time to time. Life beats us all down. We all have them emotional times when we just feel like breaking down and giving up. But man, we can't. We can't. Life goes on, either with you or without you. Life gonna go on. I mean, you just gotta enjoy your life, boy. You're on your way to school. You be careful. Gardening is not for the faint. It's a way more than to drop a seed. Gardening is hard work. Yeah, it is. Gardening is hard work, just like life. You just can't drop a seed and expect everything to be all right. You got to follow up on it. You got to follow up on it. And if I would give up, boy, I would ain't no telling where I would be. Probably dead and in jail, like they told me I was gonna be. But look at me. Nah, crap. Another thing, people beat you. I think most of the time people get down on themselves because they see what other people feel about them. They let what other people feel about them affect the way they feel about themselves. And when you do stuff like that, it causes you to block your blessings. When you stay down on yourself and can't forgive yourself and let other people's perception of you hold true to your life, man, you're missing out on your blessings. You're blocking your blessings. That's something I have to learn for myself. Some days you have the pigeon, other days you get a statue. That's true. That's true. We appreciate it. Yeah, Nightbox on here, so yeah, it still should be the same way. If you type passion or just TN in the chat, it should drop the link. Bye, you should. I don't even think I spoke to you. I appreciate you coming. That's the Ebu Muck Queen right there, her and the educated natural. I don't know. To me, it seems the same. The screen seems the same. Everything seems the same. I don't think it's no clear. It might just be this laptop though. I wanted to do this outside actually, because I like to do these type of live, especially the kickoff. I like to do it outside, showing some stuff that I got going on, talking about some stuff, or how I accomplished this right here, something like that. That's really what I want this show to be about. At 60, I'm too old to care. Yeah, that's one thing we got. That's one thing we learn when we get older. People's opinion of you ain't really necessary. People's opinion of you ain't what your it ain't what your opinion got to be of yourself. Yeah, we like I said, well, being the caregiver of your garden, also you got to build your soil, work on your soil. I mean, you ain't gotta. Most people use all of this, and I have before myself. I used to use 10-10-10 around my fruit trees. I would sprinkle 10-10-10 around my fruit trees. I used to use it a lot, especially when I bought a big bag probably about 6 years ago, caught it on sale. So I used it for about till it ran out, for about 4 years around my fruit trees. I don't use it around my fruit trees though. But we don't need stuff like that. We look at calm down, calm down, calm down. Don't start it. Don't start it. Them people ain't in y'all. We look at people's video and they adding all these they adding all this other fertilizer and stuff to their yard, and we think that's what we need to do, but we really don't. If you do simple stuff, if you got chickens, you got horses, anything like that, fall leaves great. Fall leaves is more nutritious for a lot of stuff, and we don't have to keep adding all this fake organic stuff. Which I'm always gonna use my bone meal if I got it on hand, because I do believe that really helps with transplant shock. Plus, it also helps with root development. So I believe in adding that bone meal. But other than that, I'm trying to shy away from it. I got Hollytone. I always use Hollytone for my blueberries because I was watching other people on YouTube. Watching people on YouTube. You gotta have Hollytone. You gotta have uh, aluminum sulfite. You gotta have this. And, I mean, you gotta have this. And I do a lot of permaculture. I believe in more permaculture principle. It helps me more a lot than just actual farming, tilling up the ground and like that. Wood chips has really been beneficial to me. So, one of the fathers of permaculture is Paul Gaucher. So I watched Paul Gaucher, and he was talking about his blueberries and how they couldn't believe how his blueberries got so big and was growing right beside another fruit tree, and the soil acidity level was 7.0, which is neutral. They say blueberries supposed to have around 5 to 5.5, but his is growing and thriving in 7.0. So I just think it's Mother Nature. I don't think it's too much in the soil. You just got to have good soil. Blueberries, they don't like to dry out, and wood chips stay kind of moist most of the time, and they leach. They always leaching nutrition into that soil. I'm mostly in the bushes, so if I miss you, it's not intentional. We understand, LP. Yeah, I just think we see people use all this fertilizing. We go out and we spend a lot of unnecessary money on stuff that we don't really need that really ain't gonna benefit us that much. It's like I see people go out and spending all this extra high price. I mean, yeah, it's good if you catch it on soil, like garden soil, when you catch it on sale. Well, by all means, get it. But for the most part, if I'm filling up a big bed or starting a new row, I'm just using topsoil, topsoil, and my compost that I make. But I mean, you don't for years. That's what I ought to use: topsoil, and manure. It's all farmers ever used for years. They didn't go out and buy bags of special garden soil to grow stuff in, raised bed soil. They didn't do all that. They used topsoil and regular compost that they mixed in every year. And back then, they vegetables grew just fine and perfect. I think we overthink stuff. We see stuff on, and I'm guilty of it myself. I see people doing stuff, or I want to try it too. If I can catch it on sale, I'm gonna get it. And I think it's unnecessary money I done blow over the years just by watching what other people using, thinking it's gonna help me. And 9 times out of 10, it never did. Sometimes it even hurt more than help. Sometimes it even burnt up some stuff without adding stuff that I seen other people adding. So yeah, we just got to know what's right for us. Try little things and small. If you see something, you get it on good deal on it. By all means, grab it. And you can use it in small increments throughout the year, season, or throughout many years. But I think we don't need to be jacking a bunch of money and stuff on stuff because we see other people using it. Stuff that's labeled garden soil, we think it's going to be best for our plants. And most of the time, garden soil really is about the same as topsoil. It's got a little organic matter in it, but it don't have as much nutrients. In bag soil, it don't have as much nutrients as soil you would make on your own. Matter of fact, when you get bag soil that's been baking in that sun and stuff all day, it's killing off so many good microorganisms. It's unreal. And plus, if you ever get what pot seed starter, put it in your tray in the house in the wintertime. You start your seeds in it. What do you always get in your house? Gnats. I have not yet bought one bag of garden soil seed starting mix. It didn't have gnats in it. Now, I've seen some bags that was busted open. And I walk out. Let me get a discount. Look in the bag. Help some tell me to look at the bag. Look in and see termites all in it. When that bag is busted, stuff can easily get in there, and you're losing a lot. Yeah, so everybody feel like they being the caregiver of their garden. I know sometimes it's hard. That sun be beating us up. We just don't feel like it. But there's one thing I can say, if I'm in a bad mood, had a bad day at work, and I go out there in the garden and just work for a while, it can be pulling weeds or harvesting strawberries. I feel 5 or 6 times better. I feel like the weight of the world just came off of me right there. And that dude, I just want to punch in the mouth. Before I left work, I'm cool now. I'm just fine. I don't even see him. I see him in a whole different light now. So it's helped me a lot. We use both natural fertilizer and manufactured. And now they think that manufactured fertilizer is damaged to microorganisms. Yeah, yeah. And I've heard that about 10-10-10s, that it destroys your soil and stuff like that. So, I mean, I quit using it. Nicole, thanks for coming. Yeah, just a little thing, little tips from me to you. Some of the things I do, some of the things I think about, and it's so crazy here. Growing is my passion, so I'm always going to talk about gardening. I'm always going to bring up gardening. Even if you see me in real life, it's gonna be something about gardening. So that's what I do. But I appreciate y'all coming. I will be back this Thursday, regular time. I'm gonna get it off your chest Thursday. Come on out. You got anything you want to get off your chest? And this show will be, since I missed it last Monday, it'll be on again next Monday. And then after that, I'll miss that Monday, then Monday after. But yeah, I'll get back on schedule right. So I appreciate y'all coming. Like I always say, if God be for you, who could be against you? If God be with you, whom shall you fear? If no one knows you, still his heart adores you. You are safe, you are loved, you are healed. You sure are. Y'all take care.